I'm making casserole dishes today, and I make the lids first. So I don't know why, but in general, if I make the lids first, things fit. If I make the bases first, I have to make a whole new set. So if I want to make double of what I'm making, I should make the bases first. But this time I'm just going to try for them all fitting. So I'm going to make the lids first. And I'm going to use 2 pointers, and I'm going to measure, and I'm going to use calipers. So what I usually do is I throw the first one of anything. I don't have set measurements for my pots. I'm going to throw the first one, then set the pointer, and all the other ones in this batch will go to that measurement. So I purposely don't have a wire here because I'm not going to cut them off. I'm going to leave them on the bat, and that will make them a lot easier for me to handle when it comes time to trim them. I don't want to be messing around with that vulnerable rim of the casserole dish. These are 2 3/4. I want it thicker, then I would throw like a tumbler, because I'm going to have to trim this, and I'm going to have to throw a knob on top of it. So I want it 1/2 inch thick. Basically a bowl shape. Throwing it like a bowl with a slightly rounded base. I want to mimic the future lid, how I want it to look. Okay, this is a lot of clay for a lid. Let's see what we can do here. I need to leave the rim thick because I need to split it because I have a flange in my lid, not the base. I think it's better, personally, in a casserole to have the flange in the lid because then the casserole is just a casserole. It's easier to take the food out. Okay, so let's see here. This has never been my strong point. I'd like to get better at these flanges. I want a really beefy flange, and so often mine are like just like, I feel like they're just kind of on the edge of what they should be. So I'm gonna see here if I can start off with a nice fatty. Feels pretty good so far. And I want, so with this flange, it's gonna have a profile where one piece will come straight and the other piece will lie flat. And I want that flat piece to have a little bit of forgiveness so I can have a little bit of room for my bases to fit. So let me split it exactly down the middle. I've got my pinky on the outside supporting it, and that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to just gently compress both sides and leave them as thick as I can right now because I'm going to be pulling this out like a bowl. It already feels like it's kind of lumped. Let me take a look here. Oh yeah. Okay. This one might not survive. I'm going to go close to the center, get what I can from here, and open it out. I like this to be, I'm going to grab that lip. I like this to be as flat as I can, because a lot of times I make casserole dishes and they have these like circus-like tops, and that is not what I'm looking for. I want a nice flat lid. And so I'll have my inner flange come in a little bit. Okay, so one more time, let's just see if I can get that a little bit flatter and out. So most of this action here is out, not up. Keep the action out. Out, just go out. Okay, I'm gonna finish this curve, and then I'm pretty happy with this first one. Great. Okay, it's a little bit stressful, isn't it? What's gonna happen? Somehow it just works. Okay, there's that one. Has a nice little curve on the going in, and then I flatten this out. So if this starts to get a little bit like wobbly, I can just set it to the side and fix it later. Like I can just let it sit up for a little bit, don't touch it for a little while, let it firm up just a little bit, do a couple others, and then come back. And I think that's one of the better ways to work with wobbles if it's something that's kind of towards the end. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm not cutting it off. That's really important. It's always, I like to take the bat off right at the bat pin. If you use bat pins, just gives me like an orientation and it comes off easy. So there's my first one, and now I'm gonna do 10.